How was that race?
Man, it's like, I would say it's like a movie. You know, when you're running, I feel like you're watching a movie, you see yourself in that movie. That's what I just felt. So I feel like I've actually gone the first 2 seconds tonight, but I know I have it, but it's going to happen soon. And everyone came out here to actually run a fair race, with a lot of competition, and which is amazing.
And then being the first Nigerian man to make the final in the 400 hurdles, after more than 30 years, you weren't born there. How does it feel to be part of such history?
It feels great to actually come out here, compete with the big guys, and after so many years of not having actual 400-meter hurdler for the men, me coming out here to actually do this, it's going to actually inspire a lot of youth, a lot of upcoming athletes to make them feel like they could actually be in this position, and it feels great to be out here and to be able to represent the country also.
Incredible Ezekiel Nathaniel. I'm so super proud of Ezekiel and everything he achieved at the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo. Sporty greetings and welcome. The last day at the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, so I just want to catch up, and give you guys an update, and then we move on with our lives into more football, because athletics really got us talking in the last 1 week. Ezekiel Nathaniel, what a story. That 400 meters hurdles final. I was rooting for him, but I knew it was going to be very tough. The Olympic champion, right? Benjamin was right there. Dos Santos was there, and there was Samba. He needs to beat one of them to get to the podium. There was also the world record holder, and it didn't really go well for him. Ezekiel actually beat him to finish fourth. He was just so shy of a podium finish, and then there was a little bit of drama. I'll get into it, but let me let you know that Ezekiel Nathaniel made history for Nigeria at the Tokyo 2025 World Championships. He broke the national record in the men's 100 meters hurdles final with a blistering, fantastic 47.11 seconds to finish fourth. Someone say, why is Austin saying it's fantastic? Oh yes, the guy has been consistent, and the future looks good for Ezekiel. I just hope that he will keep the momentum, get the right support, keep pushing, and someday I believe Ezekiel will sit on a podium of the major championship, maybe the Olympics in Los Angeles. I'm rooting for him because impossible is nothing. He said it, you listen to him. He said what he has done, it's like a movie, He sees himself as a star in a movie. And sometimes that's how you need to see it. You need to think beyond what you're doing. And he went on to say he knows it will inspire young athletes in Nigeria. And oh yes, it will. The guy en route the final was just smashing national records, creating personal PBs and all of that. And that's the sort of performance you need to give yourself a push, to motivate yourself, to inspire yourself. He smashed Henry Amike's 38-year-old record, got to the final, was running against the best of the best you can think of in the 400 meters hurdles, and he was just this close. So close, Ezekiel Nathaniel, take a bow. I appreciate what you've done for the country. It was this close, yet it looked so far. Keep your head up. Stay focused, champ. It is coming. Nathaniel was briefly, because it was everywhere. Everyone seemed to be talking about it. He was celebrated as a World Championship world medalist after America's Rai Benjamin, the initial winner, was disqualified for a lane infringement. I didn't rush to talk about it. I wanted to, work with the investigation till the end. In the 10th barrier, when Benjamin was trying to scale it, he dropped it. But Ezekiel was far off, but he dropped on his lane. So they wanted to see if it impeded Ezekiel, and Ezekiel's performance towards the end. But Rai Benjamin was far off, and after they looked at it, they say he didn't do anything, and America trusts them. They know the game. They understand the politics. Immediately, they filed an appeal, and Benjamin's result was reinstated, returning him to his gold medal position and pushing Ezekiel back to fourth. Shout out to Making of Champions, and all of the interviews they put out there for us to see and listen to the Nigerian athletes particularly. Ezekiel Nathaniel was asked about that drama And I loved what he said. He showed professionalism and a strong spirit of sportsmanship. Listen to him.
There was a bit of a drama. There was a bit of a drama, with the results, right? Disqualified, you reinstated. I mean, you upgraded, then he was reinstated, and you said you would not want to win that medal. You wouldn't want to be disqualified.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a sport. Everybody wants to win, but when the win is coming, like someone is not being treated fair, and I just have to step up for that. If I was already cool with getting fourth position, I mean, if they upgraded to third position, I'll take it. But at the same time, that man was out there celebrating already, and I don't think it's fair for them to just strip him of his good medal. So it's gonna put a lot of pressure on him. I mean, regardless, it is what it is at the end of the day. But I just think it's not fair for them to actually just take away his medal.
Ezekiel, you ran your PB today. How satisfied are you with that?
I'm satisfied. Really, really satisfied. I've had a great long season, and it's coming to an end today with a new PR, new national record. I don't think I've actually asked for something else from God. So I'm just grateful for everything.
And how do you see next season coming?
I'm the next guy. I'm that next guy. I know it. So I can feel it. They can even see itself. So I'm that guy. Yeah.
So we talked about breaking into the top three, victory, and all of that, and that sort of happened. That sort of happened today. What do you have to say about the eventual podium placement?
So the thing
Samba, and then you finishing ahead of Burham as well.
So the thing is, normally for every race I've actually competed with them, it's always like they have like 6 meters ahead, 5 meters ahead. But this time around, I was close to them. So it's a lot of progression. So I'm getting closer. I could have run for 6.9, but it is something didn't happen right. But I think I'm gonna get it soon.
So what's your reflection on this season? How proud are you of yourself and all you've accomplished this year?
Very, very proud of myself. Like, if I look at myself in the mirror right now, I'll tell myself, hey Nate, I'm proud of you. You did a good job for me.
Yeah, I love it. I keep saying it. That it's not a win at all costs, and that's some good life values right there for Ezekiel Nathaniel, saying, look, it would have been unfair if they stripped Rai Benjamin of his medal, because of that. He definitely is going to learn from it also and find a way that he can get better as an athlete. Ezekiel, take a bow. You're a champ all through. Ezekiel Nathaniel's I told you 47.11 seconds was just 0.05 seconds. Just 0.0, not 5 seconds, was 0.05 seconds shy of Qatar's Abderrahman Samba, who took bronze in 47.06 seconds. That's it. It was just that close. Ezekiel is just 21 years old, and his performance still ranks among the world's elite hurdlers, and he has set a new benchmark for Nigeria's athletics, offering hope for a future global podium finish. I said it, I saw it. I spoke to Dare, so I respect him a lot with athletics in Nigeria, editor of Complete Sports. And he said the same thing, that he was stunned. We didn't see this coming from Ezekiel Nathaniel. And why we love this performance is because of the consistency that Ezekiel Nathaniel has shown. So shout out to the champ. I appreciate you so much. Congratulations on this performance. Yeah, that's it with Ezekiel Nathaniel. So what else happened? The 200 meters got us talking. Kebinatshipi, Botswana's. It's just 21. I remember in 2021, Busang was running under 18 championships in Botswana. This is what I want Africa to do. Take a look at countries that are doing well. Learn from their model. And let's see how we can make this world a better place for Africa, particularly when we go out there to compete, and we should compete favorably. Wow, Kebinatshipi, what a race he gave to us in the 400 meters. I'll talk about him. He's just 21, same age as Ezekiel Nathaniel. But look, he has already shown everything we want to see of a top athlete. Did you see how he anchored Botswana to victory in the 4x400 meters relay? I'll come to that. How he overtook Rai Benjamin in the anchor leg. I like it, because he's a homegrown talent. Botswana has done so much for the athletics, and they're beginning to see the benefits now. So you know what? I'll let you listen to Busang and what that experience did for him, And then I'll talk about and I'll come back. We'll listen to the lady that blew up the competition in the women's 400 meters. What a story. We'll be right back.
Winning the World Championship, it means a lot, Now it shows that the game is changing. Everything that I've been doing on my training really worked for me. But, I've always been training. Physically, I was always been ready, but mentally, I doubted myself. Looking at my body, always stepping on the track with the big guys, I always went out with fear. I went out hard. I think the last curve, because my coach told me just to leave everything on the track, because this is the final. So if you reserve, what are you reserving for?
That's him right there. Botswana's 21-year-old Busan calling Kebinatshipi. He's just 21, but he's already running like he has come of age, because what he did in Tokyo was more than an announcement. He is the athlete to beat now in the men's 400 meters. He's blazing. He's racing away, and I like it so much for Africa, because that's a clear testament that we reap what we sow. He's an homegrown talent, and look at what he's already bringing to Botswana. He ran a national record of 43.53 seconds, the fastest time of the season. Should I say it again? Kebinatshipi, 21 years old, from Botswana, ran a new national record of 43.53 seconds, the fastest time of the season. In doing so, do you know what he did? Kebinatshipi has become Botswana's first ever champion in a men's event. Not just him, it was gold and bronze for Botswana. Abayakpo Indori, he's just 24. He came through to take bronze in a season's best of 44.20 seconds after he dodged the challenge of Jamaica's 33-year-old Rushen McDonald. So I was just talking about Kebinatshipi. And then there's Indori. And there is the big Botswana. You need to let us know what you guys are doing, When Leslie Tebogo was saying this at the Olympics in Paris, he said it's not just about him now. That he sees a generation of athletes from Botswana that will get the world talking. I'm sure then we're saying, what was he talking about? When was the Olympics in Tokyo, in Paris, 2024? This is 2025 September. We're talking about Ndori. We're talking about Kebinatshipi. Take a bow, Botswana. Well done. Good job. I love this one. I love it so much. Noah Lyles got us talking again. What did he do? He ran a world-leading time in the men's 200 meters. Let's listen to him.
I was trying to prove to everybody that they weren't going to be able to beat me off the turn. It turned into, a 19.5 run. not what I was expecting, but yeah, that's what I got. I'd still describe it as probably us being in for maybe like the fastest 200 in history, average time-wise. Yeah, I think we're in for a very big treat.
Noah Lyles right there. Hate him or love him, there's something about this American sprinter that is inspiring, that is motivational. After what he went through, the battle he had with mental health at the Tokyo Olympics, returning to Tokyo, for some people would have given them PTSD, but it got the dust off his shoulder. I listened to the things he talked about after he won bronze in the men's 100 meters event, and people were coming for him. He said the things he said to inspire himself, and what a story. Noah Lyles. He banished that bad memories of his last appearance at the Japan National Stadium in the best possible way. That's how to bounce back. That's why, guys, I say in our world of sports, don't just look at the results. Put yourself in the story. Get yourself inspired. Just look at how Noah Lyles did it. He has now equaled Usain Bolt's record of 4 consecutive world 200 meters titles in front of that crowd, about 60,000 of them, and he gave us that sort of race. He didn't look back at the world championships, And look, this is I like it. The philosophy of optimism. When you look at the American pragmatism and what works for them, they are always ready to dare the untried, to cast off any tradition that falters their imaginative capacity. And that's it, right? If you take a look at all the American athletes, I'll soon get into McLaughlin-Levrone, and you will understand what I'm talking about, But Noah Lyles, he has already said, look, he cannot wait for 2027, the next World Championships in Beijing, to become the only man to win 5 200 meters titles. So he won 4 in Tokyo, and he's got his sights on the 5th one in Beijing in 2027, because he wants to make a record. Some persons, with the sort of publicity he got in the media after the 100 meters event, they would have been discouraged, they would have been distracted. Man stayed focused. Also anchored the United States of America to win the men's 4x100 meters relays. I like it so much. I love stories that inspire, motivate, that will charge us, to look beyond our current situation and try to change it. That's why I love this Noah Lyles story so much. He said something that was so inspiring in that interview you had with Lillian, and he kept saying that you got to be grateful. You need to believe in yourself. You need to find a way to wake up in the morning and inspire yourself. I didn't say it as good as he did, so let's listen to him again.
I was listening to a sermon once, and they said, happy is a verb. It's in the moment. Joyful is a state of being. I'm going to be joyful. No matter if I lost today, no matter if I won today, the color of the medal does not change the color of my character, and it doesn't change how life is going.
I love that. And what's the one thing you're proud of yourself for?
Showing up every time. There's sometimes you have those thoughts where it's like, maybe I'll just fake an injury. Maybe I'll just, not show up. But you got to show up. You got to you got to throw yourself in the lion's den. You got to put yourself through the fire, because if you don't, the next time you're going to have the same thought, it's going to be even worse. So you got to keep going for it. Got to keep pushing. You got to stay confident. No matter what. When the chips are down, bet on yourself.
I love that.
Awesome.
What else can I say? Just wake up and be the best version of yourself, When the chips are down, believe in yourself, trust yourself. Noah Lyles inspiring us for days, guys. Don't sleep on it, That's very important. Let's talk about the women's 400 meters event. What a story. It was a record-breaking race, I looked at Paulina, I looked at Nassar, and I was like, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is coming to the flat. She has conquered the hurdles, and on this flat surface, can she stop the Olympic champion? Can she stop the 2019 world champion? I knew that race was going to be fire. And when she was announced, you could see fire in her eyes. She just couldn't wait to get that race going. And what a story. So she has shown us now that be the horse, the hurdles, be it flat, that impossible is nothing. It all depends on you. She's a champ through and through. And what did she do? She once again proved that she's irrepressible over one lap of the track. Because that final curve and the finish, she was unstoppable. She broke a 42-year-old championship record with the second fastest 400 meters of all time at the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo to win gold. What a story. A time of 47.78 seconds, a North American record, I didn't say America, North American record, suggests it's now only a matter of time before that Maria Koch's 40-year-old record of 47.60 will be shattered. And you know what? Those three ladies, Sydney McLaughlin, Paulina, and Nassar, at their post-race interview, they all now believe that Marita's record is going. They said it clearly, the three of them, that's their chase. That's why I cannot wait for those ladies to get on the tracks again, particularly in Los Angeles. It's going to be fire. I love it so much. Let's listen to Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone after a record-breaking run at the World Championships in Tokyo.
And it was an amazing night. Grateful for it. Grateful to the Lord for health and being able to come out here and put all that work to fruition. An amazing field that pushed a really fast race, and I'm just grateful that I stuck with the challenge, and I pushed myself in a way that a lot of people I think weren't too sure of, but I knew what we were capable of ultimately in the hard work and don't run something like that without amazing women pushing you to it, you know. So I think that was a really fast race for all of us, and yeah, I just think this generation of athletes is continuing to push the bounds of what's possible.
Incredible stuff. That 400 meters race, it was the first time in history two women dipped under 48 seconds in a single 400 meters race. Paulina and, of course, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. She's a champ through and through. And I liked what she said again. Guys, another one that can motivate you, inspire you. She said right after she decided to make the switch after the Paris Olympics, she knew persons were doubting her. She only needed to go there and prove a point. Not to them, to herself. And she came out and she did that. Shout out to NASA, who, by the way, is probably Nigerian. I met her at the Olympics in Paris and we had a brief chat. And she said right after her performance, I think she got silver at the Olympics in Paris. She said she wants to consolidate. She didn't win. She didn't win silver again this time, but she got bronze. But it was a record-breaking performance for her also. So it's good, good, good. So sometimes not until you win gold or you get to the top that you celebrate yourself. Noah Lyles said the same thing, you know. Got bronze at the 100 meters and said, look, injuries, mental struggles, all of what I've been through, I'll keep it, you know, and I'll motivate myself. I'll be grateful. I'll appreciate myself. And look at, he has equaled Usain Bolt's record, 4 200 meters titles. He said he wants to make it 5 in Beijing in 2 years' time. And look, it can only get better because the reward for hard work is more hard work. And look at champions. That's their hallmark. That's what guides them. So congratulations to all of those guys and what they did. Let me celebrate my Ghanaian brothers today. Akwaba. Chale, I'm so proud of Ghana. And look, Nigeria, using corner eye to look at Ghana and see what they are doing. Again, somebody will be quick to say they did not win or get on the podium in the final. But what they did in the semis is just good enough to spark more development for Ghana and everything that they are doing for their track and field. Ghana sailed to the 4x100 meters final after setting the fastest time in their heats at the 2025 World Athletics Championships. And what did they do? They made a record, a new national record of 37.79 seconds. No, 0.79 seconds. New national record. And I've been following this Ghanaian team. They've been together for, I think, 4 years, the quartet. And the way they have their understanding, unfortunately, I do not have the rights to show you guys the race. You know, I mean, if I do, it's definitely going to be blocked. So I don't want to do that. But they did so well, particularly the third leg. That bend was fantastic. Saminu anchored Ghana to victory, in heat 2, leading the time home in a national record of 37.79 seconds. And so with that, they booked their place in the gold medal race. After running the third leg, it was Joseph Paul Amoa that ran that third leg. He was fantastic. He was smooth. And when he gave it to Saminu had no choice, just had to coast home. That's the race I choose as an African to celebrate Ghana and that performance today. So my Charlie brothers, we're not fighting today. This is a pure 100% Nigerian giving you your flowers, saying well done. And don't stop, you know. Don't be disappointed at the way the final race, you know. And then I saw that the exchange from the first leg to the second wasn't smooth. That was what, you know, worried Ghana. Shout out to Ghana. That's the one I choose to celebrate. Well done, well done, well done, Ghana. And you can see all of the work that they did. You know, they prepared so well. They're taking the relays serious. Nigeria, no relays. Men and women, no relays whatsoever. Not 4x4, not 4x1. What's going on? Look at Ghana and learn from them. Look at South Africa. Unfortunately, what happened with South Africa happened. So much drama in that team. But shout out to South Africa and Ghana, particularly Ghana. I'm super duper proud of Ghana and what they've done for themselves. The United States of America won the 4x100 meters relays with a time of 37.29 seconds. Canada came second with a time of 37.55 seconds. The Netherlands was third. Ghana had a smooth start. There's no way they wouldn't have, being on that podium. But hey, as I said, keep the lessons. I'm not focusing on that final Ghana. I'm celebrating what those four runners did to qualify, not just Ghana, Africa in the final. And Africa had a representation in the final. I would say shout out to Ghana. Ghana came fourth in the 4x100 meters relays with a time of 37.93. So they ran 37.79 to qualify. And as I said, they were a bit slow, particularly the first second exchanges didn't go so well for Ghana. Congratulations, Ghana. Yes, I'm saying congratulations. Celebrate your small wins because this can motivate you guys to do much more, and that can really happen. I want to leave it here, You can go. I don't want to talk results. I just want to come here, celebrate the champions, get life lessons out of it, inspire you with the things that they are talking about. Like Ghana's story now, they did not win, but there's motivation in there, there's inspiration in there. There's a charge for more hard work. That's what I do with my content, So shout out to everyone who gets inspired anytime I come here to talk. The World Championship is over, and of course, quick look at the medal table. The United States of America, they busted as expected. It's their competition. They did what they could and they did their best, getting 16 gold medals, 5 silver and 5 bronze medals. Shout out to Kenya. What a story. Kenya always showing us that they can go out there to compete. List of all the gold medalists for Kenya, 7 gold for Kenya, 7 gold, 2 silver medals and 2 bronze medals, a total of 11 medals for Kenya and Africa. I love that story so much. Shout out to all of the countries, all the athletes that came out to represent their countries, to, tell a beautiful story that we can look at and get inspired. Shout out to Tobi Amusan. We love you so much for putting Nigeria out there. If not for Tobi, Nigeria won't be on the medals table. So Tobi, take a bow. Thank you so much. Shout out to Ezekiel Nathaniel. Good prospects. Don't give up, Stay focused. Your time is coming. You are this close. Udodi, you didn't do badly, Find a way to get back into it. All the Nigerian athletes, that came out to compete, don't allow the leadership issues to affect you. Stay focused. It's your career. Do everything you can to keep getting better. I'll see you around again. The next time I come, South Africa, I want to have a look at that disciplinary issue. Didn't I tell you to do like this, that FIFA is coming? Yes, South Africa played their politics so well, but South Africa will lose that 3 points. I'll see you around again. That's it.